Okay, we won't comment on the rights or wrongs of referees changing their decisions. Needless to say, it creates controversy among the crowd. There's Tiny Pinder doing good work under the basket. Outlet pass to Bruton. Drops just inside the free throw line. Oh, just outside, says Peter Lucas. Less than a minute and a half to go. 126 plays 107.
Behind the back pass to Waters. It's fun ball right about now. Here he comes.
The Fitz attempted the tip in, but it's Crawford who puts it away. Here's Larkins. He's worked hard while he's been on court. So is Lewis with the ball now. Peter Wayne, he can score a lot of points. There's two more for him. Piper drops the ball at the feet of James Crawford. Eric Watterson now. Trevor Torrance runs the ball right side. Looks back for Watterson. Eric Watterson unable to put it away. James Crawford will try. He can't put it away. Battle of the short men between Watterson and Larkins, who puts it away to Kevin Lewis. In it goes. Good work. That was pretty to watch. Schwartz, they're just playing timeout. Under 10 seconds to go now. Nice work, James Crawford.
JC looked like he blocked that.
Trevor Torrance, good work. Eric Watterson up to Fitz. Here's the end of the game. Fitz can't quite put it away. James Crawford. What a way to finish the game.
So the Wildcats, 22-point winners in Game 1, and they carried that form into Game 2 against the very strong but unpredictable North Melbourne Giants. Victory by a similar margin there put the Wildcats into the right frame of mind for what was being billed as the clash of the champions. Game 3 was played on Saturday, May 9th, and the Wildcats' opponents are the Adelaide 36ers.
Wildcats tidy up. It's Alan Black now. Tiny Pinder able to get an effective shot away. Here's James Crawford now. He'll go for the basket.
No call on Tiny there. He might have got lucky, but again, he's testing his muscle. He's going right at Dwayne Nelson.
Let's intercept James Crawford. Crawford and Tiny Pinder up forward. There's Pinder. Comes back out to receive the ball. Mike Ellis now. James Crawford, nice work inside. If he can pick it up, he does. Manages to get up, but unable to put the ball in. And Adelaide come out with the ball again through the services of Mark Davis.
Super work from Davis again.
The Mark Davis sandwich between Alan Black and Tiny Pinder. Successful for the Wildcats. There's Mike Ellis now.
Mike Ellis showing maturity.
Inside the Pinder, the ball just won't go in for the Wildcats.
And guess who got the rebound? Mark Davis. He is something else. He just positions himself so well, no one can get inside.
Mike Mackay now with the ball. The Wildcats defense getting a little more aggressive now. And Mackay goes all the way. 2 points, 89 plays 80, a 9-point lead to the Adelaide 36ers. 5.5 left to play.
Perth Wildcats back in attack. Alan Black has the ball and puts up a 3 and makes a big 3 points for the Perth Wildcats. Cal Bruton back on the court for the Wildcats, has the ball, takes Al Green on all the way. That's a great basket.
He's taken the situation by the seat of the pants again. He knows his team is coming back.
89-85, anybody's game, but a very good game. Mike Mackay balks for the shot. It's landed flat.
Oh, great offensive rebound by Mark Davis. Everyone went to the ball. He slid to the weak side and tipped it right in.
Back to a 6-pointer. Shot from Ellis. Looks good, is good. 3 more, and all of a sudden the Wildcats hit 2 big 3-pointers. 3 points the difference, anyone's game. Al Green almost loses the balance. Goes in for the cut, but loses possession, and it's a Perth Wildcats ball. Crawford gets it in.
Great
comes
pass.
up with the shot.
Good shot.
Big basket. That's a real big basket for Perth. And look at Cal Bruton. He's geeing the crowd on, saying, yell, scream, do anything you like. We got this game.
Well, they got that momentum going right now, and the crowd needs to be behind
listen
them.
to the noise.
Well, right now they're playing against the clock.
Shot up from Nelson. That's
Great
a big
shot.
2 points
Big
for the 36ers. That makes them 5 in front. Back with the Wildcats now. Ellis with the ball. 5-point game. Bruton going to take.
He's taking the situation in hand.
Oh, here's 2 coming up. That's a big slam for the slammer,
Travel.
but it doesn't count.
Travel.
It's big travel call.
Pretty good call by the ref, but I don't think he should have called that particular call.
Now Alan Black looking to set up the shot for the Wildcats.
Cal wants it. Cal wants the ball. There it is.
3 shot.
There it
That
is.
has brought the crowd to life. 1 point in the game, 55 seconds to go. Can the Wildcats do what North Melbourne did to Adelaide last year? Crowd almost standing, fever pitch. 46 seconds. Davis wants it in. He's got it now. But he's got Mike Mackay's going to put the shot up. And that's a big basket
Big
for Mike
basket.
Mackay. but here comes Cal Bruton. What's the bet on a three-pointer? Big
Three-point shot.
Misses. James Crawford,
Good
big
offensive
rebound,
rebound.
foul, Mike Mackay. James Crawford, 2 shots and possession. So,
Well, James Crawford has done one thing tonight, and that was that offensive rebound. That was his only offensive rebound.
a point the difference, 24 seconds. 1 point the difference, Adelaide lead. Perth, you can bet your last dollar they will use this clock. 16 seconds to make a shot.
He wants it.
Bruton's, Raywood guarding him. Bruton's had the better so far. He's looking, turning, twisting. There it comes. Is it going to make it? Davis, rebound, foul. Crawford, big foul. 2 seconds to go.
Well, it seems it's going to be that way.
Well, he's missed the first. Here comes the second. 2 points up. Been a tremendous player tonight, Mark Davis. There goes the long hop. It'll make 29. Bang, 2 points.
There it is.
The score counts, and the 36ers have taken this game. You could almost call it an upset because they weren't expected to win.
So the Wildcats slumped to their first defeat of the season against a committed 36ers defence, but they soon have revenge. They fly to Adelaide on Friday, May 15, and come away with a 2-point win, one of 3 wins they would have in Adelaide in 1987. Then a bye before they play host to the 86 runners-up Brisbane at the Superdome.
Steve Davis.
Yeah, Brisbane is going for that last shot.
Tip in, Leroy Loggins. They got it. There's 7 seconds left on the clock now. They'll try to keep the Wildcats out. Can they do it? Cal Bruton retains possession well. Glenn Ellis gets the basket and the death knot. There's Glenn Ellis. Larry Singstock, strong defensive rebound. Here's Perry. Played well tonight. Great work, James Crawford.
Was that a block shot or was that a block shot?
Well, Loggins gives Alan Black the slip, gets the shot away, doesn't go in, but picks up his own rebound, says, I'll have a second. In it goes. And there's the lead
Here it
change.
is here. Watch this here. 2 hands right on the square.
Back live again with the Brisbane Bullets in the lead. 70 plays 69. Not for long, says James Crawford. I can do it at both ends of the court. Back out to Radcliffe now. There's a 3-point attempt. Misses everything except Tiny Finder's hands. Long pass to Mike Ellis. Goes himself. Lobs it in. 2-point back. But this man, Cal Bruton, he's determined to make sure Brisbane goes home 6-1.
Well, they didn't come all this way to win. Great pass by Mike Ellis. Drawed the defense to him, dropped it off to JC for the nice, easy dunk.
As you said, that basket Mike Ellis made has made a difference to his
There it is
game. He
there.
looks alive.
Yes, he's finally waking up, drops it off to JC for an easy 2-point.
3 players now on 4 fouls. Mike Ellis, great steal. Here comes Mike going alone. Ron Radcliffe. Oh, Mike Ellis, strong work.
Leroy hasn't had a particularly great shooting night tonight either. 26%, but he's had 7 defensive rebounds.
Cal Bruton, 3 points.
Game's got very physical, David. A lot of action off the ball. Leroy and Fitzsimmons.
Leroy Loggins again.
83 plays 77. Still a winning break.
Oh, Cal Bruton, great pass back to James Crawford. Sensational how he managed to control that.
And a great effort from Cal Bruton. Yeah, just trying to get that pass back in bounds.
Here's Dorge. Radcliffe and Singstock. Loggins is free. The Wildcats don't want that now. Good work, Craig Fitzsimmons got the hand in when it counted. Mike Ellis has James Crawford alongside. Doesn't need him. 2 more points to the team captain. All credit to the players who've been guarding Leroy Loggins tonight then, considering he scored 55 against Westside Melbourne just 3 weeks ago. Great work, Wildcats. Mike Ellis, 2 more points. Pinder with 12 defensive rebounds in the game so far, Artie.
Yeah, that's a superb effort. And I've watched him battle. He's been double-teamed most of the time, or at least competing with 2 players. What a superb performance.
Radcliffe, 3-point attempt, makes good. Cal brings the ball up, faced by Perry. Evades him, makes his way towards the keyway. Great pass, great work, Tiny Pinder and Cal Bruton.
Break the backboard. Well, if you were going to see a backboard come down, it was then. Tiny gave that every ounce he had.
Tech foul there on Larry Singstock, and that's his 5th foul. Larry Singstock is out of the game for tech fouling. I didn't see it. We were concentrating on the look on Cal Bruton and Brian Pearl's face. 8.9 seconds left on the clock. James Crawford outside. Time for a shot, doesn't quite make it. The crowd counting down the clock. Mike Ellis puts in the final basket. 92 plays 82. A 10-point lead to the Perth Wildcats here at Superdrome.
Newcastle were next to visit our sunny shores, and they caught Tiny Pinder and company in an explosive mood.
Tiny Pinder. Steve Davis forward of Pinder, who ignores him, puts the basket away himself. And 8 plays 6 in favour of the Newcastle Falcons with 3 minutes gone. Tiny Pinder, another great shot.
Well, maybe we'll find at that time Illawarra is still undefeated. I see in the computer forecast this week that somebody is picking Illawarra to go all the way and not be defeated. Craig Fitzsimmons.
But there's that teamwork again. That great pass from Cal Bruton. Have a look at this. Cal Bruton again. Behind the back, Eric Watterson knew where Fitz was straight away under the basket. Let's have it. In it goes. 2 points. Here we go. We're looking for 150 points for the Wildcats. Steve Davis, there it is.
150.
Now they've extended the lead the way they wanted to. Newcastle Falcons blocked again. Steve Davis lays it out to Craig Fitzsimmons. No time. 151. The Wildcats, 116 points. The Newcastle Falcons,
With that win, the Wildcats became only the second team to register 150 points for the season. They then go on the road to meet West Sydney and Brisbane for a win and a 1-point overtime loss. And with the season 1/3 over, their record stands at 6-2. Let's go back to the Superdrome now and Game 9 of 1987. It's the Wildcats versus the East Melbourne Spectres.
And a half. He threaded his way through there like a man on skis. James Crawford, what more can you say? Watch the move.
Didn't even have to wiggle the hips on this occasion. Threw the ball as the feint and looked straight past Bolden. Lovely stuff. It's Peter Blight again, left side. Shot falls short. Trevor
Good
Torrance.
reaction catch from Trevor too. He's showing his skills at both ends.
Quick pass, Mike Ellis to James Crawford. Slam dunk. As we draw into the final seconds of this game, long pass to Darren Lucas. Lucas gets the ball, lays it back to Bruce Bolden. Can he finish it off? No, he can't. Nothing's gone right tonight for the Eastside Melbourne team.
The Wildcats are looking good, aren't they? Well, they were anyway. A 2-game road trip to Melbourne the following weekend without Cal Bruton turns out to be a disaster. North Melbourne and Geelong both give them hidings, the Giants by 28, the Cats by 7, before they come home to meet the once-beaten Illawarra at the Drome.
Since Tony Pinder's been in the ball game and he's converted 3 of the 6 shots he's taken, Mike Ellis 4 for 11 tonight.
Alphonse Hammond can't control the ball. No foul call. James Crawford has the ball. Has 2 to the right. Goes himself. Perhaps a little greedy on that occasion. Never mind. Here's Hammond. 3-point attempt. Nope.
Oh, no, what's the rebound? Gordy McLeod ends up with the ball.
Ray Borner, one of the few touches he's had in the last few minutes. Gets another touch. Chance to put in the 3-point shot. Yep. Sweet as you like. No, 3-point basket signal.
Was it? Whatever. Mike Ellis at this end of the court.
Alan Black gets the ball to Tiny Pinder. Yes, has James Crawford. Good work, Alphonse Hammond. He saw it coming. Does well to control the ball. Takes the long shot from just outside. Robbie Dempster can't tip in. Mike Ellis is there, so's Cal Bruton. Illawarra ball. And they're now 11 points up with 47 seconds left. Artie, a great performance by the Perth team.
Superb. They're going to win, David. It'll be the greatest win of the season.
Robbie Dempster makes the 3-point basket. They're only 8 points to good, 108 to 100 now.
Yeah, and the press is effective. You know, the Wildcats are under a great deal of pressure, but I think it's manful.
Yeah, now that's good work, Mike Ellis. Cal Bruton has time. Mike's coming up with him. Cal's got all the skill in the world to do this. He'll use Mike. Mike will use Alan Black to the left if he can. He's going to work it himself. 17 seconds left on the clock. There's Alan Black now. He'll be looking for somebody else to pass to. No, goes the shot. Gets his own rebound. That's important. 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 6 seconds, 5, 4, 3, go! Mike Ellis, 3-point basket. 111 to 100, an 11-point victory to the Wildcats. Look at
that was one of the Wildcats' toughest wins of the season, and the bye on July 10 gives them a breather before the July 18 clash with the West Sydney West Stars gets them back on track.
And Pinder finds
Tiny Pinder now has 7 from 12 from the floor and 9 defensive rebounds. That's a heck of an effort from him.
Watterson matching it all the way down the floor with Damien Keir. That's great stuff from Eric.
Yeah, James Crawford.
On the show. Off the foot, Crawford gets it back and makes
No foul called. Vince Kelly comes away with the ball. James Crawford isn't happy. Doesn't matter. Ball game goes on. Here's Harmison. Uses Hemmings. Here's Keogh to the right. Mike Ellis guards him out. Here's Kelly again, faced by Craig Fitzsimmons. Nobody in the keyway for the West Sydney West Stars. So Vince Kelly says, I'll do it myself. Ollie Johnson comes through, grabs the ring. Peter Lucas says, you can't do that. Eric Watterson from outside uses the ring. Tiny Pinder gets his hand to it, but Ollie Johnson has the rebound. Damien Keogh will get the ball.
Back within 4.
Long pass, Chuck Harmison. Yeah, good work, good position, Harmison, and well seen by Ollie Johnson.
He's a man for the clutch situation. Cal Bruton loves it. Give him the ball when the situation's tough and he'll put it in the net for you.
92 plays 95. Cal Bruton just halved the difference. Blind pass from Damien Keogh. Yeah, bad pass, Damien Keogh. That's about his first mistake
Cal
tonight.
wants to even it up. Doesn't quite. Ellis hustling back of the wall. Oh, man, underneath the basket all alone. Vince Kelly.
That's a gimme.
Now we're starting to see tough defense. We're starting to see tough offense. We're starting to see basketball. Nice move. Great bat away by James Crawford.
Cal Bruton, strong work.
Gives himself up with the ball.
Hey, how many signs has Cal Bruton demolished in the last week?
Give it to it, Tiny.
Oh no! Second time, easier, still doesn't.
99 each, 99 apiece. Don't often you see that scoreline. Keogh, 21 points. Mike Ellis going to have to hustle against Hemmings. He does. Hemmings is doing a good job. I like the way he's been feisty. Pass to James Crawford. Bump. And a hook shot. Super shot.
Yeah, strong work, James Crawford.
Oh, yes. Yeah, they've done very well. It's Kelly. Makes a move. And misses a short, the short range shot is not Kelly's forte. He's another perimeter shooter. Great pass. Put it away, Tiny. Yep.
Well, even that wasn't a confident shot from Tiny, but it went down, and that's all that's important as far as the Wildcats fans are concerned. They're happy.
Okay, the Wildcats in command. Not going to throw it away. Ellis looking for the steal. Damien Keogh has been a revelation.
116 to 107. We're into the last minute of the game now, Artie.
Yeah, it's all over, David.
Look at the pass. Great pass from Cal Bruton to James Crawford. Brilliant basketball. 21 points to Tiny Pinder, 29 to Cal Bruton, but 36 for that man again, James Crawford, for the Wildcats.
Well, you can't say any more. He's the star. 14 for Kelly, 21 for Harmison, and 29 for Keogh.
That's the ball game. 118 plays 109 here at Superdrome.
The Wildcats at this stage of the season were being made to struggle. Their next game against the tough Canberra Cannons was a typical example.
The Wildcats can go to a 1-point lead. There's a minute 12 left on the clock. Now let's figure this out. If everybody plays the clock down, Canberra are going to have the last play. Oh, only just. Wow, he was hanging everything on that.
JC will be in church this Sunday, no doubt. Excellent shot.
JC will be at church tonight if this goes in. There it goes. The Wildcats in front, 102 to 101. At least 3 plays left on the clock.
And the Wildcats going to a zone.
Wildcats are in their 1-3-1
good
zone.
Work from Morrissey. Excellent work from Tiny Pinder.
Gives the ball to the right man.
And clever work from Trevor Torrance. Excellent effort from Trevor Torrance.
And now the question remains, will another number 1 be a victim of run and stun? We've seen Brisbane, Illawarra. Will Canberra fall now?
We have under a minute to go. Here's Cal Bruton.
They need to make a shot, but they need to make it the best opportunity they can. They've got to work their
6 seconds left. Cal Bruton, the shot, no, it doesn't go. The shot's been
big rebound, Trevor Torrance.
Yes, he is. McEachin charged with a foul.
And importantly, the Wildcats can shoot 1 and 1 if they want to. Now, do they want to? That's the question. And the Wildcats are taking the ball from the side. Now, you're about to see some real pressure basketball.
Yeah, turnover here is critical. Lapel's open. He's going to go all the way.
Has he got the ball?
Oh, does he?
James Crawford
and
the foul.
That's the 2 count. Yes. Come on.
Hang on. Will the basket stand? Let's wait for the referee's signal. Will the basket stand? No score.
Very brave call.
It's imperative now that Cal Bruton makes both of these baskets. It'll give the Wildcats a 3-point lead and force Canberra to take an outside shot. Will it go? No, it doesn't. Well,
that's the first one he's missed tonight.
Now, if Cal makes this one, they're going to have a 2-point lead, but Canberra has possession. Everything riding on this for Cal Bruton. In it goes. Now, Canberra have the last play if they can work the clock down, and if they can get an outside shot, they can win this game by 1 point.
Will they take it or will they go for the short basket? I think they're going to be inclined to work it inside. No use putting all the money on everything.
Well, we could have overtime in this game if they get a shot away.
22 points for Cal Bruton.
Look at the defensive work from the Wildcats. Look at the defense. Look, here we go. Long shot. McEachin's dropped it. Yes. Yes, Cal Bruton has the ball. All they've got to do is work the clock down. 2 seconds. 1 second. The clock has been stopped. The clock's been stopped. The foul has been called at the other end of the ground. At the other end of the ground. Wow, am I excited. The other end of the court. You see the foul has gone against number 10 for Canberra, against Chris Appleby, so it's a Wildcats ball. 2 seconds left on the clock. All they've got to do is keep the ball clean. Now, Canberra will probably try to foul. They have nothing to lose, but it really doesn't matter. All the Wildcats have to do is not lose possession. Oh, that was lucky. They've got the ball. There is now 1.6 seconds left on the clock, and the NBL leaders are about to take a tumble. Cal Bruton will work the clock down, and the Wildcats... A foul called off the ball. Foul called off the ball. Canberra trying everything they can.
Half-court violation, I think we'll find is what it is, David.
So here we go. The clock stands. There is 0.4 of 1 second left on the clock. The inbound will be taken by Tim Morrissey.
There it is.
The time clock starts again. Mike Ellis is in the second. No, Mike Ellis is fouled.
Oh, my God.
Mike
Ellis, the time is expired.
They still get it from the side. The Wildcats only have...
Oh, the game has been called. The game has been called. The Wildcats have won 103 to 101.
Now, the Wildcats' record stands at 10-4, and they're in 4th spot on the ladder. Their next match at the Superdome is against the last-placed Melbourne Tigers, a game they are supposed to win in a canter.
Well, the crowd certainly, Wayne, has had a game better than they would have expected from one of the top sides versus the bottom.
No question. The Melbourne Tigers definitely came in here to play basketball. Well, I think what makes this road trip so tough is you come down here to the Superdome and you get run out, and then you go over to Adelaide and you get physically pushed around.
Eric Watterson, three-point basket. 1-1-3 plays 97, under a minute left on the clock here at Superdome. Just 40 seconds left on the clock. Mike Ellis hits the ring. James Crawford, can he get the rebound? No, but Eric Watterson does. Has Ellis to the left. That's where it goes. Three-point attempt from Mike Ellis. Sweet as you like.
Gets him on the clock all the time, Mike. He gets him against Illawarra, adds up those points, makes the averages look good.
Nice pass, Andrew Gaze. Basket goes. Dan Hickett shooting what will probably be the final useful shots of the night. There's bound to be a long bomb from Melbourne as the game finishes.
And there's that 0.4 seconds. Remember that last week?
So Hickett finishes it for the Wildcats. 1-1-8 plays 1-0-3.
So the test continues for the Wildcats. In Hobart on August 7, our Warriors struggled away with a 2-point win over the Devils. The next night, Westside Melbourne fields James Crawford's sting. 52 big points for the Alabama Slammer as the Wildcats overrun the Saints easily. Then to the toughest road trip of the season, the Illawarra-Canberra double the following weekend. They lose, barely, to the Hawks at the Snake Pit, but blow the Cannons apart at the Palace with superb contributions from Pinder and Crawford, and head for home with their tails in the air. So that was the story with the season 2/3 over. Let's go back to Friday, August 18 now, and see how the Wildcats begin their run to the playoffs. Their opposition is the gritty, gutsy Hobart Devils outfit, and the Supermen from the Superdome are about to take a tumble.
A big turnover for the Wildcats.
I think Hodges wanted the floor to be a little bit longer that time.
When your feet are that size, it needs to be, doesn't it? Well, here's Mike Ellis. This man's going to be a key for the Wildcats. If he can get a couple of three-point shots away, or Ammon Black can, they're in with a chance. The only other hope they have is to get the ball inside the James Crawford way.
Yes, that is very true, because Trevor is not really a totally offensive-minded individual right now, so they're going to look inside to Steve Davis, and they're going to try to get the ball to JC as much as possible.
Well, they need those shots to go in. Trevor Torrance tries it. Yes, it does, but gee, did you notice the defense from Hobart right through that play by the Wildcats? Well, the Wildcats just 4 points down with the ball, 2 3/4 left on the clock. Here's James Crawford. Gets the pass to Trevor Torrance. Hasn't been able to shoot accurately yet. Doesn't get the chance on that occasion. Carpino's there. 19 seconds left on the shot clock for the Wildcats with this possession.
James Crawford is the man. They're going to make every endeavour to get the ball to him.
Now look at this defense from Hobart. They've left Alan Black alone.
Crawford.
James Crawford, great rebound and the foul. Great effort, James Crawford. Yes, the first one goes. So a three-point ball game. Can the Wildcats pull this one out of the fire?
Let's get everyone pumped up. 3 points only in the ball game. Can he make it?
Shields makes amends and grabs the rebound.
Like the Wildcats made that free throw, you can look for them to go into a press. Right now, you can look for the Hobart to stay within their game, and that is to spread the ball out, maybe to about the 10 or 12 seconds left on the clock. Then they'll probably run their three-play, trying to get the ball into people like Carfino.
Sweaty palms time. Stanley with the drive and makes it. It is great.
Now Stanley is facing a possible tech foul.
Stanley really went aggressive to the basket that time. He was lucky not to draw the offensive foul because he has a tendency to jump up in the air and then lean into his opponent. But good shot.
Nobody there for the Wildcats. 5 points down, and that's a turnover.
Yeah, and a poor option. It was really the pass they didn't want to be
Carfino, 3-on-1. Shields, James Crawford. Foul call.
Had to do it.
They have 5 points now. They now have 6 and the chance to go to 7.
Yeah, they played a heck of a ball game, and if they lose it from here, well, it'd be an injustice. They really have control of this ball game all night.
Good rebound, Steve Davis. This is Mike Ellis now for the Wildcats. Trevor Torrance. Ellis again has Alan Black coming to him. It goes to Torrance, who hasn't had much luck with the basket and doesn't that time. Stanley gets the ball. That would have really hurt. Trevor Torrance gets the rebound, but only 8 seconds left on the clock. Mike Ellis will take the shot. Draws the foul. No, takes the shot. Peterman.
It's all over.
Peterman finishes with the ball. And the Hobart Tassie Devils have beaten the Perth Wildcats here at Superdrome 108-99.
With that little disaster behind them, the Bob Williams-owned Wildcat Warriors are staring down the barrel. 2 losses in the past 3 games have put the Wildcats' playoff position in jeopardy. In fact, they were lying in 4th spot, just 2 games up on the 6th place North Melbourne Giants as they embark on their 6th road trip to Sydney and Newcastle, and here's how the scenario unfolded. At the State Sports Centre in Homebush, the Wildcats dumped Ken Cole's Supersonics by 12. But at the Newcastle Entertainment Centre the following night, and without the Black Pearl again, the Perth Pounders take a belting from lowly Newcastle, and once more the danger lights are flashing. If you were to pick a point in season 87 when the Wildcats turned everything around, it was the weekend of September 5 and 6. The 27-point crushing of the East Melbourne Spectres and an even bigger win over Melbourne were the catalyst for an amazing challenge for championship honours. The Wildcats were on a roll, and the Sydney Supersonics were about to get trodden on.
36 points, the Wildcats to 108, 16-point lead, 3.5 minutes left on the clock here at Superdrome.
All we want to know, Wayne, is who is your tailor?
JC has the ball. Now Cal Bruton has it. Steve Davis to the right. Cal saw him.
Oh, great move.
Work. That was lovely basketball.
That's the improvement we've seen in Steve Davis over the season, and he gets right down the other end of the court and plays defense. He's hustling tonight.
And Cal Bruton has to be close to double figures in assists tonight.
Tiny Pinder, excellent.
Whoop. Cal gets the ball. Shots away.
Oh, he gets his own
rebound. Oh, well, no, it doesn't. We get the rebound.
Again.
What a play.
He doesn't believe it. Look at that.
3 times proves that the Black Pearl fights his way into the basket, and that's his 20th point tonight.
Cal Bruton is really a power forward.
Tiny Pender, another defensive rebound. No one there for the Wildcats. Let's have a look at this pass of Cal Bruton's. Look.
Now you see it, now you don't.
Whoop, right behind the back. Steve Davis coming up from behind. Absolutely brilliant.
Layup. Look at that.
Brilliant work from Cal Bruton. Absolutely superb. Figures hope with the second. He's made the first. Yep. 98 trails 116. 18 points the good of the Wildcats. Eric Watterson with the ball. Tiny Pender, great position. Reverse layup won't go. Eric Watterson's there for the tip-in.
Good follow.
No, it doesn't go for Eric Watterson. Bruce Hope won't make it before the clock. Kurt Forrester won't either. No score. So 118 plays 104. A 14-point win to the Perth Wildcats.
So to the last game of the regular season. The Geelong Cats had had a forgettable year with injuries and controversy tearing the team's image apart. Still, they had beaten the Wildcats in Geelong, so they weren't to be underestimated.
Oh, Tiny Pender, how easy did he make that look? So the Wildcats picking up the pace. Look at that for defence. Alan Black and Tiny Pender. James Crawford has Ian Davies in front of him, takes him left.
uses the backboard.
The Wildcats top the ton. 102 plays 85.
He didn't nominate, did he?
Trevor Torrance on the ground. Mark Leader comes up with the ball.
Yeah, we want to see a Wildcat 30-point.
Nice pass. Great work.
And if you notice at this point in the game, who is in? The Wildcats starting five. So they're getting ready for playoffs right now. If you notice near the end of the game,
Great pass.
their starters being able to play a lot of minutes for them.
Tony Pinder!
Hello.
How good was that? Geelong takes it. The Geelong camp as one went up and called for a foul on that. Let's have a look at it again. Mike Ellis, concentration, gets the shot up, bounces off the ring. Tiny Pinder, boompa.
Actually, it's getting a little bit out of hand, and as Geelong is starting to complain about everything, and Richardson's
Well,
going
Ken Richardson now is on the court, and he's going to find himself with another tech foul. At the moment, he's calling his team off. He's calling the team off the court. He's calling his team off the court. He doesn't want to play anymore. If it was his ball, he'd take it and go home. Leader doesn't like it. In just a minute, Peter Lucas is going to throw Ken Richardson right out of the ball game. It won't take much more. 3.5 seconds left on the clock. Cal goes past, tries from the outside area. Hits the ring. That's the end of the ball game. 119 plays 105. And the Wildcats finish in the top 6 for the first time in their 7-year history. In fact, they finish 4th.
So the regular season is over. The Wildcats win their 4th straight game and wind up in 4th spot with a 19-7 record. Adelaide, Brisbane and Illawarra finish 1, 2, 3. The Cannons and the Giants are 5th and 6th respectively, and the playoffs are ready to rock and roll. Let's go to the first of the playoff games now. It's the Wildcats and the Cannons at the Superdome as the final countdown begins.
Okay, now 2 big men in the game, Dan Hickett and James Crawford nearest to the ball now. Violet, they make a rebound here, and Champion ends up with it. Monk gets it.
Dalglish, three-point attempt. Doesn't go. Mike Ellis. Steve Davis can't get down there. Morrissey is. Here's Monk. Now McEachin. Steady it down, he says. Just steady it down. Morrissey, the little jumper. Ball short. Steve Davis, only as far as McEachin. As Champion left, Monk right. That's where it goes. This is Dalglish.
Great defense from the Wildcats. Morrissey working hard, and James Crawford coming up with a key rebound.
Elbows everywhere. Nobody's going to get in close to that.
Now let's see who takes control for the Wildcats. Will it be Mike Ellis?
Yes! The Wildcats are in the lead. 93 plays 92, 2 minutes, 20 seconds left in the ball game.
That was a big, big shot that time by Mike.
McEachin, basket tending, score stands.
Yeah, good call. Good call. Mike Ellis, 11 points.
The ball was on its way down, so the basket counts, no matter the fact the ball didn't go in. Canberra back in front, 94-93.
At that time, it was poor defense, man-to-man by the Wildcats, to allow McEachin to get close to the baseline.
He's the danger man right now. The Snake knows it all. 220 games in the NBL.
Mike Ellis, three-point attempt. Oh, yes!
Again. He's hot. He's the
on
man
fire.
to go to. 154 left. Wildcats by 2.
Now that speaks volumes for the character of Mike Ellis, that he can come from the bench and do this.
Mike has really faced a lot of adversity all year. He's playing
Champion.
exceptionally well this game.
The ball is off the hands. Well, I thought it was off the hands of McEachin. Doesn't matter. The referee said the other way.
The referee's become a factor now. Everyone's tight. Well, they've got to stay cool.
If you think there's pressure on the players, think of the referees. A very, very important timeout called by Jerry Lee for the Canberra Cannons. 1 minute 41 seconds left on the clock. The Wildcats have the ascendancy at the moment. 96 plays 94. It's a minute 41 left. 2 points the advantage held by the Wildcats. And wow, they've got some work on their hands.
Yes, they do. And the sixth man is really coming to play, and that is the fans. They have been outstanding this whole ball game.
Well, I thought they were a little quiet in the third period, to be honest.
Well, look, we got Pinder with 20 points. He's out of the ball game. James Crawford with 21 and 17 rebounds. Smythe 21 points. McEachin 21 and Morrissey 14. And Smythe not in the ball game.
Morrissey, Dan Hickett's left the ball game. The Wildcats' big men can do nothing right as far as the officials are concerned tonight. So Dan Hickett comes out of the ball game.
Okay, crucial now. Small forward is Craig Fitzsimmons. We've got 2 small Wildcats forwards, and Morrissey misses.
Oh, how important is that?
I tell you what, Cameron's going to be shaking their head if they lose this ball game because they have missed some crucial free throws in the second half.
Listen to that crowd.
Again.
Did the job.
The rebound, he does.
Did the job. The crowd did that to Morrissey. There is no doubt about it.
Run the clock down, make one good shot right here, and you're up by 3. It forces Canberra into the situation.
Well, give the crowd an assist on that.
The Wildcats have the ball. Craig Fitzsimmons, Alan Black, James Crawford. Baseline. The shot goes! The Wildcats are 4 points up.
Minute and 4 on the clock. 98 plays 94.
So there are 3 plays left in this ball game. The Wildcats bench standing as 1. The Wildcats cannot afford the foul. Smythe, faced by Crawford. Dalgleish, 3-point attempt. Misses. Crawford, rebound. Crawford rebound, gets the ball out safely.
Eat the clock.
There are 2 plays left on this clock.
Okay, the Wildcats have spread the basketball out now and try to draw the foul.
There are intentional fouls.
There it is.
Now, let's see if any of these fouls are called as intentional. That could well have been. The referees are keeping their heads, which is more than we are.
He called it an intentional, Dave.
No, as I say, he didn't. He could have.
As champion reaches in, I'll tell you, it's got to be
Now,
close.
36.3 seconds left on the clock. The Wildcats can take 1 and 1. They are not going to. They will keep possession by taking the ball from the centre of the court. This is still one heck of a ball game. It is not over yet.
Okay, the Wildcats will look to hold it.
Now, here's an intentional foul.
That'll do it.
Now, this time the Wildcats get 2 shots from the free throw line.
And the ball.
That is important. They get 2 shots uncontested. Don't put down your glasses yet, but at least get the case out and get it ready.
I'll tell you what, the Wildcats have the right man on the foul line, Alan Black. He's been in playoff competition before. He really wants to win.
Let's have a look at the Wildcats bench. They are stoked. They are absolutely wrapped. Tiny Pinder.
Makes it first. Hey, this ball game isn't over. I've seen ball games lost with 34 seconds.
If Alan Black can make this, it's the ton up for the Wildcats. Let's have a look. Oh, it doesn't go. The Wildcats by 5 points, but they have the ball.
Possession with 5 points up. 34.8 remaining in the ball game. Don't count your chickens. 11 points for Alan Black.
Okay, Craig Fitzsimmons with the ball. He's the man that has to inbound it to a pair of Wildcats' hands, and does. James Crawford, can he count the clock down? He'll get fouled. Oh, almost over Alan Black's head. Good work, great work, Alan Black. Steve Davis, Mike Ellis is cool. Have a look how cool this man is. James Crawford. Oh, kept it. Great work. Absolutely brilliant.
Wildcats are spreading the ball.
What a recovery from James Crawford. Look how cool Mike Ellis is. Another foul. He's done it so well. Dalgleish doesn't like it. It doesn't matter. Dalgleish has his 4th foul, and the Wildcats have possession again. So Mike Ellis gets the chance. This will wrap it up. 1 more. That's the ton up for the Wildcats. 100 plays 94. The most important ton the Wildcats have ever had. The second one goes in. You can tell from the crowd. Possession with 11 seconds left. 10.9 in fact. Mike Ellis has 16 points for the game.
Well, there's 5,500 people got their value tonight, Wayne.
Yes, they did.
But Craig Fitzsimmons loses the ball. I don't think it'll matter. Dalgleish, the Wildcats are happy to let him go. Dalgleish gets the shot away. The ring. Champion. The ball goes down. That's the ball game. The Wildcats have made it through the elimination final, 101-96 against the Canberra Mazda Cannons.
Well, that was a squeaker for the Wildcats, but going into their first ever NBL playoffs, it's a fitting reward for a tremendous effort. Their opponents will be the 1986 champions Adelaide, and the Superdome is filled to overflowing on Wednesday, September 30, to see these 2 marvellous teams go at it. It's game 1 of a proposed 3-game series for the right to contest the 1987 NBL Grand Final.
Doesn't go. Davis. Darryl Pearce. Al Green.
Good job, Mike Ellis. Got back quick, held Al Green up. Wildcats back in the zone and is bumping all over the place.
Strong work in the keyway.
The ref's still keeping good control on this game as that heavy work in the circle goes on. But here goes Davis to the basket. Drops for Adelaide, gives them a 5-point break.
Davis is back, asserting himself. He knows now it's do or die. 1:46 left in the ball game. Something has got to happen right here for the Wildcats.
That was a super important basket for Adelaide after Perth missed their last opportunity. And again, now these defensive rebounds will hurt Perth. Crawford gets back, still can't put it in. It's over the back and out. So 2 opportunities missed by Perth.
Important call, and Tiny doesn't like it. Still arguing with referee Billy Mildenhall.
No time to get a tech, and the Wildcats are going to have to press. They've got to get up on their man right now. Double team anything. They've got to turn the ball over. The clock is running down. We're running out of time.
99 plays 94. Adelaide 5 points the good. Bill Jones just taking his time. Adelaide knows that all it has to do is trade baskets, and the game is in the bag.
You're not going to see a three-pointer, Ted. Bill Jones drive, dispossessed by Mike Ellis.
And the foul! Jones is out of the game.
Well, I reckon Billy Jones, I'm not saying the foul wasn't there, but very unlucky there when you saw lost possession on the shot and really just lost his footing to lose it.
You know, it's not easy to say this, but Bill Jones won't be a factor now. 1 minute and 9 left. The Wildcats must make these 2, and then they've got to turn it over. Watch now as Jones goes after the ball he lost and really runs Alan Black
into the back
out
of Alan Black. So Bill Jones exits the court with 13 points to his credit, but it's his rebounds that have helped.
Well, how important are these 2 shots for Alan Black? 5 points to split, 1 minute and 9 seconds to go.
Makes it.
Gee, is that an important basket for Alan Black.
This guy is ice cold. Saw him in an overtime game in Brisbane, just making basket after basket from the free throw line. Makes 2.
Okay, now let's talk about overtime games. 3 points the difference. Perhaps 3 plays left on the clock. We could go to overtime.
3 points the difference.
I don't want to think about it, David.
Here's Al Green again being overshaded to the left by Bruton, forced to go right and surrender the ball. Finds Peter Ally. This is Darryl Pearce, the danger man. Peter Ally, James Crawford, great intercept.
If that had gone down, the ball game's over. James Crawford.
That was the block of the night from Crawford. Gee, has the slammer come good when he's needed. Bang goes under. He's going to go up and under. Watch that. 2 points.
Super effort, James
1
Crawford.
point in the ball game.
37 seconds to go. 1 point.
The 36ers have got to put a ball up somewhere here in this 30 seconds, David.
The Wildcats cannot afford the foul.
They can't foul, but they're going to get the ball with 8 seconds unless Adelaide makes a basket.
So Al Green, just listen to that crowd. Green misses. Gets his own
rebound. Oh, that hurts.
Dwayne Nelson.
That's a big foul against Perth. That's going to put Nelson on the stripe. What's the bet? Foxy takes it from the side. Timeout. It's got to be a timeout. 17.5 seconds to go. 1 point for the difference.
Mike Ellis couldn't make that foul, but he did. Let's watch. There's the
great
pass.
recovery from Green.
Mike actually slipped more than intentionally made the foul.
Well, it was pretty much the same as Billy Jones's 5th, an accident, but you got to call him, and the refs have called him all night. Now, what would you do in this situation, Arthur?
Well, look, for Gary Fox, we're going down to Gary. Let's see what he has to say.
I want you guys to spread. We don't need to go into the key. Spread. Hey, that's exactly what we're going into. 3 out, 2 in is like this. 1, 2, like this, all right? 3 out, 2 in. We spread the court. Everybody move, dog. Move. We never stop moving. And you come to the state drive.
You want to play for the charge. All right? We got to play for the charge. Okay? That's all. It's our game. We still inbounds pass.
Gotta get over. Gotta get over.
It's over. All right?
You want to talk man as soon as you get the ball?
No, we're going for it.
All right, listen.
One thing you can bet on, David, that the Wildcats are going to have to get the ball somehow. You heard Cal Bruton say we're going to have to make them commit a charge foul, which means that they'll go to the line for 1-and-1 and can win the ball game. But at the same time, if the Wildcats foul here, and I feel they're going to try in every endeavour to foul, that Adelaide won't go to the free throw line. They'll take the ball from the side.
Boy, okay. The whole season comes down to 17.5 seconds. Perth have been stealing all night. If they steal this, whew.
Yeah, what could you say? Adelaide led all night, but now the Wildcats a realistic chance to win.
And a little physical stuff going on in the back court between Nelson and Tiny Pinder.
Nothing that hasn't happened all night, David. I mean, this is a very edgy situation, and everyone in the ballpark knows it.
Okay, let's count down the last 17.5 seconds. The Wildcats are going to foul.
That's okay.
Fouls on Tiny. Fouls on Tiny. How many's that?
4th foul, Tiny Pinder.
No factor. Doesn't matter even if Pinder comes out of the ball game. Clock run down to 14.9 seconds.
Adelaide are going to keep on taking the ball from the side.
That's right, and the Wildcats are looking for one loose pass. Any mistake.
He only needs one. Shot clock counts down.
He's got to foul him quick. He's got to foul him quick.
There's the pass, finds Nelson. Yes, the foul is called.
Yep.
Down to 9 seconds. Still a point the difference. 9.4 seconds to go here at the Superdrome.
Well, what a ball game we have, and as far as Perth is concerned, you've got to say, Artie, it's something of a saga of missed opportunities during this final quarter.
Well, for both teams, and there's the ball in the Wildcats' hands.
5 seconds. Oh, tiny
Missed the opportunity. The shot clock is down. 5-4. Down to 0. Game's over. Adelaide by 1. What a thriller.
What a heartbreaker. The Wildcats lose by a measly point, and now the odds are heavily stacked against them. Let's see what Game 2 of the semi-final series brings as we go to Apollo Stadium in Adelaide on the night of Friday, October 2nd.
If that happens, then Adelaide are going to be looking the goods.
Apart from the fact that they have 4 players on 4 fouls and 1 on 5. Because that was Dwayne Nelson's 5th. Crawford, can he make this one? Boy, he can make them when they count. A 2-point lead to Perth.
So 1 minute 20 left on the clock. 97 plays 95. The Perth Wildcats a 2-point split. This is Al Green.
What a game, ladies and gentlemen. 1 2-points in it. 1 minute to go. Ally now with the ball. Gives to Mike Mackay. Ally. Didn't take the shot. He sets the screen. Pierce looking for the shot.
The Wildcats can't afford to let Pierce or Mackay get shots away.
No foul called. Yes, it is. No foul called. Al Green has it. Got to be one this time. The Perth bench appeal for a charge, but I don't think that's the way it's going to go.
Foul is on Steve Davis.
And it's got to put Al Green on the foul line. Boy, does he need to make these two. 2 points the difference.
50 seconds remaining. Al Green on the strike. We're right down to the wire. There he is in your screen. Al Green, number 15 for the West End 36ers. 36ers coach Gary Fox on the bench with a pensive look.
Dave, absolutely unbelievable. Perth haven't been in front all night until now. 50 seconds to go.
The Perth side has always come back well in the final quarter this season. There's been a great deal more character shown in this game than I think any I've seen all year.
Oh, they're a fine side. They're a champion side. Green makes 2. Scores a level. 50 seconds to go. Now 48.
Well, that puts the pressure right back on the Wildcats now. They have to make this basket on this encounter down the floor.
They have to use as much time as they can and make 2, hopefully make 3, because Adelaide are going to have the final play.
Crowd yells defence. It's going to be Crawford. Great defence from Mackay, but Crawford's going to make it. Perth in front. 99 plays 97. 26 seconds to go. Adelaide the chance for 1 shot. Foul called. Alan Black. 5 fouls. 5 fouls.
That's okay. That's okay. Adelaide will go 1 and 1 on that, and Perth will have the final play.
Daryl Pearce on the foul line has had a super game. Can he stand the pressure?
As far as Alan Black is concerned, that is better than letting Pearce get a 3-point shot from outside.
Timeout called. Let's listen. Boy, is this crucial. 23 seconds to go. Perth in front. 99 play 97.
Outside, they'll be all him. They'll be all over Steve and Tiny.
They both go in. They got a tie. They're going to Crawford. All right, you bet them. I want some help. Okay? If we miss, we got to get the ball back. All right? Therefore, jump and run, double team, gets the loose ball. We do not foul intentionally. All right? We get after the loose ball like crazy, huh? All right? All right, offensively, when we get out, run a good, hard play. All right, either the 1 to him or a fill-in. Actually, run a 1 to him, and you either screen or roll. Okay? Come on, let's go. Okay?
What do you want on the perimeter with it?
Huh?
You want him to get it on the perimeter?
Yeah, get him on the perimeter, and then clear it out. All right?
What's the name? What's the name? We've got plenty of time.
Well, there's certainly a lot of pressure on Daryl Pearce. 2 points down, 23 seconds remaining. If he doesn't tie up the score here, the Wildcats can just hold on to the ball for 30 seconds, not take a shot, and win the game.
That's assuming the Wildcats gain possession if Pearce misses.
So everything on the shoulders of that man, Daryl Pearce.
Now let's look. If Pearce gets the first, misses the second, then Adelaide gets the rebound. That could be curtains for Perth.
So here we go. Pearce, bend to the knees. The shot is missed. Knocked out of court. Adelaide ball. They have 22 seconds.
Now, once again, Pearce is the key man in this situation. Everything rests on Perth keeping the ball away from Pearce. That job is Craig Fitzsimmons' job. Pearce is taking the inbound, so it's going to come back to him. Fitzsimmons has to stay with him.
Mark Davis with the ball. Let's count it out. 20 seconds to go. He takes on Crawford and misses. Davis fights for the rebound, puts it up. Foul called. But foul called. 13 seconds. Still 2 points the difference. Davis on the foul line. Boy, What a game. What a game. The foul is called on Steve Davis. 5 fouls for him. See you later. But none of these fouls matter a hoot now. It is whether Adelaide and Mark Davis can make these 2 shots.
Well, none of these fouls matter unless we go into overtime.
Yeah, then they matter a great deal.
And then we're looking at 2 sides that are going to bring on very cold players, and we have a totally different ball game in that situation.
This crowd absolutely stunned. What a fantastic fight back by the Perth Wildcats. If they can hang out for 13 more seconds, we're here on Sunday, and we do it all again.
We do it all again. Jones has 4 fouls, still sitting on the bench. Might have been an idea to bring him in for this last 13 seconds, perhaps to pick up an offensive rebound.
I don't think there's any doubt that Bill Jones should be on the court at the moment.
Davis makes the first, 99-98. And funny about that, that was the score in Perth on Wednesday night. What happens here? Must be an Adelaide rebound. Davis makes it, 99 all, 13 seconds to go. Perth have got the chance to score and win the game. Ellis with the ball. Here it goes. Crawford's going to be the man. He's clear, he shoots, and he makes it. 3 seconds to go. Adelaide will lose this game. The Wildcats have won the game by 2 points. What a fantastic basket from James Crawford. And have a look at them. They are absolutely ecstatic.
With that last basket, James Crawford could just about have made himself mayor of Perth. No offence, Mr. Michaels. But there was even better to come. Sunday, October 4th, shone on the Wildcats as the greatest day in their short history. It came to be known as the Apocalypse at Apollo.
Lost, they really expected to win on Friday night, and that's 4 points now to the Perth Wildcats. The 36 is yet to score, but I think the game could revolve around the man with the ball, Al Green, and Calvin Bruton, his defensive player. Whoever comes out on top of that will have a big influence on this game.
Dave Christensen, a great start for Perth.
Great start for Perth. As I said on Friday night, Perth really do need to have any real chance of taking this game convincingly. They need to win the first period.
First score for Adelaide comes up from Darryl Pearce. It's a 3-pointer, 1 point the difference.
And Bill Jones has not played well in this final series, and the 36ers coach Gary Fox will expect a big lift in his individual performance tonight if the 36ers are going to have a chance. So the 36ers need to increase their shooting percentages from the floor. The crowd screams out from pushing and shoving with Pinder and Green. Up goes a shot from Black, it's good. So it's 12 points to 7, a 5-point break to the Wildcats.
And only 2 players have scored for the Wildcats so far. Tiny Pinder has 6 and Alan Black has 6. The Wildcats shooting sensationally in the opening of this game. Pearce, the shot blocked again. Pinder streams down court. Will Bruton give it to him? No, he has Crawford the other side. And a tremendous layup. No, missed by Crawford. Tried to perhaps do too much with it. And here comes Al Green.
That was great defence from Green. Here goes Davis, a foul, holding foul on Hickett.
But having looked at it a few times, I think it perhaps was over-exaggerated a little, particularly by me.
Up goes the shot from Black. 3 points, it drops. So Alan Black now with 9 points to his personal tally. Bill Jones. Peter Aloy has the shot, but hands off to Pearce, throws inside, off hands, and it's the Wildcats. A few errors creeping in. The 36ers not playing with confidence.
Interesting during that timeout called while we went to the commercial break that we heard off air Gary Fox intently telling his players to close up Alan Black. So there's a job for Darryl Pearce in the next few minutes.
Well, Alan Black having a sensational opening to this game. Davis now with the ball for the 36ers. 21 plays 11. 10-point lead to Perth. Great opening by them. Adelaide fairly slow. Ally puts one up and makes one.
In fact, JC leans forward when most of the players stand upright or lean slightly back.
Yes, the big thing about Crawford's shooting action is the wrist action. He's got a superb wrist action. And so is Bill Jones. Bill Jones hits his 4th point for the game. So it's still 10 points in favour of the Wildcats. There's Calvin Bruton, the man with the ball. Loved to get his team into the grand final against perhaps Brisbane. He didn't leave Brisbane under happy circumstances, and he would have a tremendous amount of drive to win this game and get back in against his old team.
Well, the way Perth are playing, they're going to make the grand final because they're 10 points in front. But we haven't even made quarter time yet as the shot comes up from Torrance, and Hickett knocks it back to him. Great play, the Wildcats. Now Ellis guarded by Pearce. He's going to take him on. No. Yes, no. One way, then the other. Back out the top of the key. Now James Crawford, a long 3-point attempt. What a shot from James Crawford. So Adelaide rattled, down by 13. And that's quite a margin. They're really going to have to play well to get out of this now. Already in the first quarter. Pearce now. Shot pass to Jones, to Davis. 2 points count. Great play, Adelaide. Adelaide doing a little bit, but not enough. They're down by 12. Billy Jones picks off a rebound. He's going to need plenty more of them.
Certainly is. Jones with the ball now. Al Green, rather. Al Green, the big jump shot. That's sweet.
And that's what the 36ers need. They need Al Green to get offensive and start dictating the ball in offense and not let Cal Bruton intimidate him.
So the ball with Bruton. Goes around, pass, puts the shot up, and gee, Perth are making them from everywhere. David, I've never seen a side...
The 36ers were never able to close the 10-point split established so early by pinpoint shooting from Black, Pinder and company. So it was that the Perth Wildcats had made their first ever NBL Grand Final. Their opponents from the other half of the draw, the Brisbane Bullets. The Bullets had comfortably beaten the Illawarra Hawks in their semi-final, and they came to Perth on Saturday, October 10 for the final countdown.
Tip in, doesn't go. Oh, Steve Davis, fighting defensive rebound for the Perth Wildcats. Look at the pass to James Crawford. Has to come back. Davis, the shot. Will it? No, it won't. Tiny Pinder tries. Is that a foul on Tiny Pinder?
No, that is a tough call.
Fourth foul, Tiny Pinder.
Very tough call in that situation.
Gutsy work by Tiny Pinder, but Brisbane with the ball. They have the foul from Tiny as well. Radliff now. What can he do for the Brisbane Bullets? Simply screening Alan Black. Radliff gets it inside to Atkinson, but the shot goes. It does. 74 plays 71. Brisbane out for 3 points.
Boy, that over-the-top one-hander is effective. Atkinson gets his chest out in front, makes the man back off, and then puts it up.
And also that time, credit Brisbane for running their offense and setting positive screens.
Halwood brings the Wildcats back. 5 minutes left on the clock. We have a 1-point ball game. 74 leads 73.
The foul and a double team on Radliff. Black reaching in. Lucky to get away with that one.
Sengstock gets the ball back to Radliff. Faced by Alan Black. Here's Atkinson. Can he get the shot away? Not yet. Does now. Oh, yes. Great shot.
Great basket. He is in demand. Right now, the ball is going to him, Wayne.
Yes, it is. And with the absence of Leroy Loggins, Emery Atkinson is taking over offensively. And credit Brisbane for being smart enough to see that he has the hot hand.
Well, the Perth Wildcats need to do their fourth quarter trick now. Cal Bruton can do it. Tiny Pinder can. Neither of them do on that occasion. James Crawford. Will it? No, it won't. Oh, Tiny Pinder. From behind, the foul will be on Radliff. He doesn't believe it. Tiny Pinder is hurt again. Alan Black, we've seen, has been cold with his shots. Mike Ellis is now back on. He's won 3 games for the Wildcats. Helped to win 3 games for the Wildcats in the last 4 hours.
He has, and the Black Pearl puts up the spinner. It goes down. And this now makes it 75-76. Brisbane up by 1.
Radliff with the ball.
Welcome now, the 6th man.
Perry, Sibley. Every shot counts just so importantly now. Sengstock, Atkinson. Forget about the rest of the season. Perry doesn't go. Atkinson. Cal Bruton, 4th foul. Don't argue, Cal, you'll go. Bill Mildenhall made the call.
Perry is tired right now, and he won't go at Cal anywhere in this last 3:26.
Sengstock tries 3, won't go. Mike Ellis. Here he comes, has Tiny Pinder left side. Will it go? Yes, it does. Tiny Pinder works inside. Sengstock can't afford that. Oh, travel call. Thought it might have been a foul on Sengstock, but it's a travel call.
Well, now, give Larry credit. He made good position. He was still when he made it. Eddie Crouch, maybe a good call in that circumstance.
Well, Sengstock had to make good position. He has 4 fouls already.
Tough to make that 5th one on the captain, isn't it?
Yes, it is. He's an excellent ball player. And that time he did an NBL move. He leans a little bit. Oh!
Emery Atkinson comes from nowhere. There was no doubt about that. Mike Ellis now, the Wildcats with the job in front of them. 75 trails 78 on their home court. James Crawford, Mike Ellis. Can Ellis put a 3-point bomb away? Well, he's not going to try. Gets the pass to Steve Davis. Sengstock.
That's it.
That's all for Sengstock.
Great night for Larry, though. He's led his team all the way and well. 4 for 15 from the floor, not so good, and 10 rebounds.
Cal Bruton doing it for the Wildcats.
The power goes down.
1-point ball game again. Perry, Atkinson, what can he do? Radliff, 3-point attempt. No. Tiny Pinder fighting with Atkinson. Atkinson comes out with the ball and puts it through.
Emery Atkinson.
Davis looks for Bruton. He's not there. Mike Ellis working his way around outside. Radliff in front of him. The shot clock says 10 seconds. Cal Bruton, the shot has to move soon. Cal doesn't go. Oh, big rebound, Dodge. Atkinson comes out with the ball.
46 seconds
So, less than a minute to go, 44 seconds on the clock. Brisbane in with every chance of taking this, the first in a best-of-3 grand final series. Radcliffe just working the clock down now. Perth needs a three-point shot and needs Brisbane scores on this play. Can they play it down?
11 seconds left on the shot clock. Turnover. Where is the ball? Wildcat ball. Here's Ellis. They've got to make one.
So we have a one-point ball game with 20 seconds left on the clock. All Brisbane needs to do is run down the clock.
Situation where one team's got to be defensive, the other offensive. Wildcats are going to foul, and they're going to try and make any kind of a turnover. There's Sibley's pass. There'll be a foul here any second. They can't afford the clock to wind down.
Radcliffe just taking his time. Oh, that's a great pass to Henry Atkinson. How did he find him? Sibley not going to shoot. 7 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 second. And that's the ball game. Brisbane.
What a heartbreaker. Down by a point at home, and now the prospect of going to Brisbane to take the title by beating the Bullets twice. Still, they'd done just that against the Adelaide 36ers, and the whole of Perth, indeed the whole of Western Australia, were behind them. The only problem was 13,000 banana benders were assembled at the Brisbane Entertainment Centre, and they were right behind the Bullets.
What can the Wildcats do from here, Dave?
What
do they have to just go for the three-pointers? Just what Michael has tried to do then. And who would believe that this man could hardly walk only 4 or 5 days ago? Puts up the shot. Loggins is on fire. He's bringing it home for the Bullets now. 97 to 81. Another magic shot from the great man.
Well, you ask who would have believed that he couldn't work 4 or 5 days ago. There were a few people in Perth that didn't believe it then.
Point taken, but I can assure you he did have a lot of problems with his knee. And things are not going well for the Wildcats. They're desperate at this stage. Larry Sengstock, the skipper of the Bullets side, gets it on to Radcliffe, who became an Australian citizen this year. What a way to celebrate. A big push in the back from Pinder on Loggins. A bit of frustration there on Kendall's face. I went to the game in Perth when the Bullets went down by 10. We beat them, the Wildcats, by 1 point over here, and then it was only 1 point last week. And I think perhaps the experience of the Brisbane Bullets, having played in 4 grand finals in the last 4 years, could be the reason that they're coming home the stronger now.
Well, that 4 out of 4 appearance. That 4 out of 4 appearance also gives them a great deal of desire, doesn't it? Having surrendered it last year.
Exactly. Ron Radcliffe, what a master he is at dribbling. He can run the clock down, he can keep everyone off the ball, and inevitably he gets the good pass away. John Dodge just in front of James Crawford. The Bullets really running the clock down now, taking all the time they can of that 30 seconds to put up the shot. Radcliffe goes all the way. This is Dodge with the rebound. Will he find space? He misses. And finally Crawford knocks it over the baseline.
Well, the shooting this quarter probably sums it up. The Bullets have shot 56% to 18%. They've really toyed with the Wildcats, who've got so frustrated. Ronnie Radcliffe just setting the tempo for the whole thing. Running the clock down, taking the full 30 seconds to get the shot away. And just running the Wildcats to frustration. Larry Sengstock. For he and Brian Curl, it'll be their 4th NBL title, which is unparalleled in the history of this competition. Leroy Loggins, his 3rd title, and what a shot!
What a bomb from Radcliffe!
Ronnie Radcliffe. He does it almost nonchalantly, but he does it so often. Look at that shot. That is way outside.
Obviously, Leroy Loggins and James Crawford have had big strength for their teams, but the Brisbane Bullets really, it's a disappointing finish to Perth in this last quarter. The Brisbane Bullets are really demolishing them. The defense has been on top, causing the turnovers, and running their offense with the skill that they've displayed all season.
Well, the song that's going around the stadium, "Where We'll Rock You," is significant because that's exactly what the Bullets have done to the Wildcats. They've rocked them to the very core with their play tonight. Complete surprise. I really thought it would be a close game, but the Wildcats have just fallen apart in the 3rd and 4th quarters.
Peter, with the Bullets leading at this stage by 21 points, they do hold the record for the biggest grand final win in the NBL's history, which was 26 points, if my memory serves me correctly, against Adelaide in '85. They're leading at this stage now by 23, so they're only 3 points away from equaling the NBL record of the biggest win in a grand final history. James Crawford doesn't want them to get that record. He's going to have another go, Crawford. Mike Ellis puts up a 3-point shot. That's short. It'll be a bullets ball with still a chance to go for the record.
You must have been bitterly disappointed because you were expecting the Wildcats to go into a third game, eh?
Yeah, we really thought, I mean, all the people who followed the Perth side during this season really thought they'd be able to take it right to the bullets in this game. They haven't. You know, there's not a lot more you can say other than it really has been a creditable performance by every member of this Brisbane side. They've been absolutely awe-inspiring in their determination, their dedication and their team cooperation.
Well, we've got just 20-odd seconds to go to get that record you mentioned, GP, of 26 points. They lead by 23 at the moment. Danny Morsu's on the court.
The alley-oop
pass to Shane Edwards. Back it goes to Emery. He's going
Emery for a three-point try.
It's just missed. Curly's aware of it. There's a couple of seconds to go. It'll finish with tiny window. A slam dunk. There it is. Doesn't matter. It's up by 106 points to 87. The Bullets NBL champions in 1987 once again. That's a moment to savour. Look at that champagne out for the boys. Disappointment for the Wildcats. But for people like Neil Hamilton-Smith, the court announcer here,
this
who's
is
been
amazing
here since the very first days of the Bullets, right back in the old days at Auckland Flower Land, 100 or 200 people watching the game, watching this tonight with 12,236 fans going berserk. It really is something to savour, don't you think?
Yes, and congratulations to the Brisbane Bullets. A job well done for 1987, and I really think their whole support, as we said a moment ago, of each other on the team, and both offensively, defensively tonight, they did a great job, and it's a great climax to the 1987 NBL season in front of a Australian record crowd.
It's Ryan Curl, tremendous satisfaction for him, the only coach ever in the NBL to win 3 titles. Tremendous excitement here, the stage set for the presentations. Look at Emery Atkinson, his first year in Brisbane. The Miami strongman says, we're number 1, man. And they've done it brilliantly. Brian Curl accepting the accolades of the crowd. Leo Williams, chairman of the board of Channel 7. Next to him is Dormer Andrews, the administrator of the government of Queensland, and his wife, Lady Andrews. Let's go down now to the public address announcer par excellence, the man who makes basketball really live through the microphone, Neil Hamilton-Smith.
And the first one to receive his trophy, the coach, the Black Pearl, Kelvin Bruton. Number 4 was Eric Alderson. Number 5, Tony Beaver.
As we see Larry Singstock, the skip, going up to receive the trophy.
That man on Larry Singstock's right, remember to be Dr. John Rasky, was the actual founder of the National Basketball League, and I think he should take a lot of credit for the National League in Australia as it's progressing now.
In fact, of course, Larry Singstock was a member of that St Kilda side back in 1979, NBL championship.
Along with Brian Curl.
It is in fact called the John Rasky Trophy, so a tribute to the great man.
And what a great team man he is. He mightn't be the most high profile of players, Larry Singstock. He's a great defender. He's a 3-time Olympian, and now he's won the NBL championship for him for the 4th time. For Brian Curl as well, unparalleled in the history of the NBL. A tremendous achievement. Leroy Loggins, of course, in his 6th grand final in a row, winner again. And first grand final fellas like David Ingham, Shane Edwards, of course Darren Perry, a terrific achievement. I wonder if Henry Atkinson will stay and play in Brisbane again next year. It's been a tremendous night. We've been pleased and proud to bring basketball to you around Australia this year. And we said at the beginning of the year, we'd help you bring it back in '87. We've done just that. So join us again next year, won't you, for the Brisbane Bullets basketball here from Boondawn. Once again, the Bullets win the NBL championship in '87.
You can beat you.